Well, good morning, everybody. 11:06 a.m. This is Dave with Nomadic e-biking adventures, and today's Wednesday, the 3rd of December 2025, and we're just leaving the Maytown Trailhead, and this is called the Coast to Coast Trail. We're gonna attempt to go 13 miles to the northwest, to the Esteen Trailhead. Morning. And this intersection here is where we were yesterday, going to the right. That's the Central Florida Rail Trail. So today we're going to be heading on this trail, this first time on it. It's 13 miles here at the mile marker number 2. 13 miles to the Esteen. Beautiful day out today. Partly sunny. Temperatures, I believe, right around 70. Light winds. I've got my 10 amp hour battery in right now. I would really like that to make it to the Esteen Trailhead, and then we'll pop in our 14 amp hour battery. Seen quite a bit of bikers on this trail today. Of course, it is one of the more popular trails in Florida, the Coast to Coast Trail. This Coast to Coast Trail is a connection of a bunch of different trails that connect the Atlantic Ocean with the Gulf of America. They say it's 250 miles long one way. And a 10 amp hour battery I have in right now, the last time I ran it dry, I believe I got 18 and a half miles out of it. Yesterday wasn't an 18-mile day. It went out in 13 miles, but we had quite a bit of a headwind, and we're kind of going into the wind right now, so that's not going to be good for the miles, but it's a light wind. The cold front went through, so we got a couple days here that it's going to be below normal. And we'll probably split this ride up into 2 parts, from the Maytown Trailhead to the Esteen Trailhead, and then reverse. This should be a real nice trail to take today. Yeah, good place to contemplate life. It's very swampy around here. A lot of standing waters. He may have been watching an alligator. So I think even with the cold front going through yesterday, we should be into the 70s. So not too bad. I know it's a lot better than some of you people are experiencing. Sub-zero temperatures, below zero temperatures. It's nice you got these mileposts on here. 3.5 miles from the trailhead. We're chugging along at 17 miles an hour, and I'm riding my original e-bike, the Jasion EB7 2.0. We're getting pretty close to 9,500 miles on it since I've had it in October of 2023. I've got one ice bottle with me today. I've got GoPro 10 and a GoPro 11 I'm recording on. I've got my DJI Neo, which if you saw yesterday's video, I ran it over a bridge and it hit a low hanging branch and spun out down near the creek bottom, and I was able to walk it out using manual controls, and it was about 10-15 feet off the bridge. Would have narrowly missed the river, but I'm getting better. I was switching over to the manual controls and doing a rescue mission. I've got my tool bag with me. It's got my spare battery. It's got my tools, spare tire, spare inner tube, a air pump, and miscellaneous items. I'm not really hearing that squeaking sound out of my back tire anymore. I've got 2 broken spokes on the rear tire that I'll probably address either when I get the next flat, or I get bored and it's a rainy day and I'm not going out. I may just replace it then. But so I'm just kind of thinking about my rescue mission to get my other 2 drones that are in the tree in Margaritaville. And I'm hoping that the extendo stick is long enough. I was guessing it was going to be close to 50 feet. Now there's enough branches on the side I can use some of the branches as a guide to rest the stick on, and then hoist the stick up higher and gain another up to 6 feet. I was also contemplating how I want to record this rescue. I've got this one that I can probably maneuver it and float it up to the area where it's being rescued. But then I was also thinking maybe I can use this GoPro here and clamp it on the end of the extendo stick, maybe about a couple feet back, and give you a perspective of the rescue using the GoPro attached to the extendo stick, which would be kind of neat to see. And then converging both of the views, maybe even just wearing my helmet as another view, so I would have like 3 views. I'm hoping the rescue is going to go fairly quick. I know the original one is in a flat position, and that I can either snag the drone itself, or I can snag the branch and snap it and send it down. The second drone that's up there is laying on its side, kind of like this drone is. And I believe it's only like about 2 to 3 feet away from the original drone, so I haven't laid eyes on it to see how it's trapped on the tree branch. But let me know what you want to see, and I'll see if I can accommodate your requests. Like I say, it's probably not going to be until after Christmas until I get back and down into the Margaritaville area again. Yeah, something to look forward to. Man, that's... what am I going to do with 3 drones now? keep them or sell them? What would you guys do? Why is it that everybody stops on a bridge to contemplate life? There's another guy just sitting on the bridge here, looking over. Must be an alligator down there. Alligator. I want to kind of keep going. I lost 2 bars already. I told you about the one trail camera that I got at Sunny Hill Restoration Area, and I've been getting a ton of bear pictures off of that camera at all times of the day. And it was Mama Bear and her 2 cubs, and kind of a disconcerting thing is happening. I'm only seeing Mama Bear and 1 cub. I haven't seen the 3rd cub, and you wonder if I'm just not seeing them all bunched together yet, or did it get attacked? Fell out of a tree maybe. But this started probably right around Thanksgiving, and I've gotten pictures today and last night of just Mama Bear and her 1 cub. I don't think it's time for them to separate from their moms. I think they stay together like about 2 years, if I remember right. But I'm gonna keep an eye open and see if the 3rd one pops up and rejoins Mom. If not, something may have happened to the cub, and we're not gonna see the cub anymore. They do have a black bear hunting season here in Florida, but I don't believe it's going to be in this area unless they wandered into what is it, Ocala National Forest, where there's open hunting going on. They may have gotten run over by a car maybe too, if they go back and forth, and they're not too far from the highway there. It's about a mile away. So a lot of different scenarios may have happened. That would account for, there was a lull in the action between Thanksgiving and like yesterday. There was a stretch there where they weren't even around like they used to be. So if you just think that maybe something happened and Mom kind of stuck around and stayed as long as she could until she gave up that her cub was going to make it. got 2 bars left. We're at 5, almost 6 miles. 2 bars left. It usually gives me about 10 miles. Well, we'll see. Even if we fall short and switch out the battery, I'll have plenty left on my 14 amp hour. 14 amp hour has been getting over 20 to 23 last time. I really haven't run that one dry in a while. But if that gives me another 10 miles with 2 bars, that puts me at 16 miles. Boy, this is just a beautiful bike trail here. I was surprised there was 2 cars in the Maytown parking lot. Well, forecast down for the weekend here. This is Wednesday. Right now, Saturday and Sunday look like they may be a washout. I'm looking for a couple inches of rain coming down, which is fine because I need to get my oil changed in the car. Is this another trailhead? I didn't see this one here before. Oh, look at all the people here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars here. Cobbler's Lodge. Cobbler's Lodge. This guy rollerblading. morning. Sale, you can buy some swampland. Well, if I get old and senile like that and don't even acknowledge anybody, just kick me. And thinking about my two drones that are stranded up there. They've been exposed to rain, and I'm just wondering, I know the batteries are probably depleted, but if I pop in a new battery, what do you think? Do you think it'll start up, or do you think that they're going to be ruined? I've had this one riding along in the rain and everything, and it's survived. I'm really impressed, you know, that it's kind of watertight. The only place that I would see that it would have water penetrating through would be right by the camera. I really haven't looked that close, but that looks like it's an open spot. The rest of the unit looks like it's fairly sealed up, but I haven't had it sitting outside getting poured on. We're sitting at 9.2 miles. 9.2, which is really interesting because I just passed up a mile marker that said 10 miles. So I don't know how we lost a mile. A lot of homes in the swamplands here. A lot of big pine trees here too. Nope, on the one bar. It should be 5 miles. According to my consider yakking on the phone. We're at, it should be at 13, so we need another 3 miles. Gonna be close. This mile marker says 11.5. I don't know how we got so far off. And I just turned 10, so we're a mile and a half off of what they said we should be. One thing I've noticed with my batteries, usually when it gets down to the very end, the battery signal will flash, letting you know that it's going to die probably in a 30 to 45 seconds. And I haven't seen that happening in a while. Yes, I'm staying in pedal assist 5. I'm not here for the exercise. I'm here to cover distance. Well, I ended up doing a full format on all my SD cards for the GoPro. So I'm going to see if that makes any difference when I try to upload or save my edited bike route. Yesterday I couldn't save it in 4K because it kept on erroring out for some reason. But I've got all brand new formatted SD cards in both of them, so we'll see. I kind of think that's the reason why. It was a while before since I did a full format on it. I do the short formats almost all the time when I delete pictures off. Breeze in the face. I'm looking at the map, I don't see the trailhead coming up yet in my app. Coming up on 12 miles, and I think I was at like 13 point something. Oh, I just see the trailhead on the top of my screen. And we're at 12.1. So we're about a mile away from the trailhead. And the GoPro's going. What do? Let's stop and change the GoPros out, and we'll turn off the battery here. One bar left and maybe about a half mile. Some job there, cutting down the vegetation. I think this is going to be close. Didn't know there was a bridge here. Let's go over the bridge if we can make it. We're at 13.1. I'm hoping that there's a trailhead on the other side of this. That's the trailhead down there. Alright, well, and the battery just died. On the top of the top of the bridge. 13.2 miles. All right. let's go ahead and end that one here. Appreciate you coming along for the ride, and we'll catch you on the next one. Until then, adios.